Hello everybody, you know me. Okay, no you don't, but you know who I am. I am Issa J, your Smart Wrestling Alliance heavyweight champion. And it's good to be champion once again. And we're back, and alongside me as always is...
Liam Landry.
Yes. It's been an interesting couple of weeks. 2 weeks ago I got sick, so I couldn't do it. And DJ was disappeared, so he wasn't able to do it with Liam, so we weren't able to do it. And then last week we had a whole weekend at New Orleans Comic Con for Wizard World, so we were just completely tired and yeah. But we're back now finally. Just to let you guys know that we are currently watching some New Japan pro wrestling matches while we're doing the podcast for you today, just to give you a sense of how everything, if we get a little bit distracted, that's why. Don't freak out, we aren't having a stroke. Oh, it's a Sasuke special
Sequence?
Yes.
Yeah, so you get a German suplex, flip out of it on the ear, belly to belly, but catches himself.
Goes through the ropes into a Sasuke special. That was nice. I really wonder how they were able to, did they meet up at a bar and be like, I think this could work. And they're like, yeah, I really do think this could work. This is going to be awesome.
Yeah, no, it could have been made up on the spot.
Which is even crazier. Dude. Like, they're in, he does that neck breaking on the pen. He's like, dude, I'm going to do a Sase special, okay? But you get out of it. Then I want you to suplex me, German style. I'm going to flip out of it, land on my feet. Then I'm going to run at you. Then you belly to belly suplex me into the apron. But I'm going to jump up high enough to go through the ropes, do another Sase special, and hit you. All right? And he was like, do I break my neck? I was like, I don't think so. I was like, well, I don't know if I want to do this now, but I'll try it.
Maybe not enough neck for me.
I'll land on your neck. Sold.
We'll put in a lot more neck stuff later. Trust me. Okay, I trust you. Also, I watched the Okada Kota Ibushi, like I was saying.
Mm-hmm.
Kota also went a lot for his neck. Like, every Rainmaker was sold by landing on his neck and flipping. Oh my gosh. And there's a lot of Rainmakers.
Oh my gosh.
And there's a time where he looked like a little botch. He ended up landing right on top of his head. Then he did another thing where he power drived Okada and looked like he landed right on his head too.
Oh my gosh.
There's also a very vicious hidden blade and some other vicious stuff coming later in this match.
Oh man, it's gonna be intense. But yeah, as always, before we actually get fully on to start the...
Oh wait, check this out.
The heck?
Red stomp right to the back of the head.
Oh my gosh. They're trying to kill each other.
Yes, I already saw this match. I'm watching it with him because he wanted to see it, so I knew a lot of the spots coming.
But yeah, so as always, before we get started on the podcast, how was your week, good sir?
It was fine enough. And yours?
Nothing as intense or exhausting as Comic-Con, but busy at work.
Drop kick right to the neck.
Mm-hmm.
I started watching Versailles. I'm on season 3 now.
Oh, drat! That was fast.
Yeah. Started last Sunday.
Apparently, it's so you're enjoying it.
Yeah, season 3 is getting a little wacky with one of the subplots.
Mm-hmm. Drat. I need to hurry up and finish Borgia so I can start that one and catch up.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean it's also pretty good. Pretty good, pretty sexy and drama and stuff.
Mm-hmm. That's cool. Yeah, first time I learned about the existence of that show, I've been wanting to see it, and the fact that Netflix put it on there, I was like, oh man, I gotta go check that
It
out.
also looks nice.
Oh,
I don't know if
cool.
they were able to do filming at Versailles or something,
Mhm.
but if it is a set, they did a really good job. It looks real nice. The gardens and stuff.
Ooh.
Like I feel maybe the outside was done at Versailles,
Mhm.
and like the inside was done on the set. Because the outsides are real nice, because there's these huge gardens and stuff, and all these, trees and stuff.
Mhm.
Like they did recreate it, they did a great job, and the insides also really great. If they either did it there or they recreated on set.
Mhm.
The recreate on set, it was real good because there's so much detail in all
Right.
the artwork and stuff. Like every door has like 6 panels of artwork on it. That's like very detailed and stuff, and these huge fireplaces in all the rooms. It's quite beautiful to look at.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to really go check that out now.
It takes a while to get there because it's also about the creation of Versailles.
Right.
And before that, they had to use like CGI to be like the palace before it,
Mhm.
and that doesn't necessarily look good. But that's all in like season 1.
Yeah.
But as it goes on,
I think I heard that after season 1 they were able to get a bigger budget.
it
So,
shows that looks a lot better
that's
after
good.
season 1.
And as long as the writing and the acting is good, which I'm guessing it is,
Yeah, all the acting's real good.
then the downfalls of the visuals probably won't really matter to me as all that much.
And yeah, I know you probably like the characters because you like characters with long hair, and that's very common in the show. Most of the main characters have long hair.
Nice. I can relate to that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I watched a couple more episodes of the Borgias. Haven't finished the series yet, but I am now halfway, and
Yeah, even the
they're they're
the guy who
really
plays
dumb people.
Even the guy who plays the king has kind of a mustache like yours. It's like the thin line mustache.
Interesting. I haven't been able to shave yet.
Me neither.
It's been a couple years.
Yeah.
But Cesare is really stupid.
Yeah, they don't do a lot of small things here.
I mean, it's very interesting that they're. Oh man, I love that move.
Mm-hmm, the flip through.
Mhm. Using his opponent as a springboard.
Yes.
But the fact that he's angering the French queen and they're able to get the French king kind of sort of what he wants to help them defeat the Euron Greyjoy and his family. Forgot their names again. The Sforzas?
The Sforzas.
Sforzas.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, I am very interested to see what's about to happen.
Yeah, it is pretty interesting. But we can say more of that talk from later.
Yes, we can.
Yes, because later in the we're planning to do the live reactions to Impact's Hard to Kill.
Yes, we are.
So we can have a lot of stuff to talk about, and then
Yes.
downtime of that pay-per-view.
So,
Let's get
without
right into
further
this.
ado, exactly, it is segment number 1 of our podcast, and our podcast starts off with news outside of the WWE, and it's exactly what you think it is. It is where we talk and discuss the news that has happened outside the WWE.
This is but we start off with a sad one.
Yes.
We talked about this before when the accident happened.
Mhm.
Triple A's La Parka, not to be confused with WCW's La Parka, who is now LA Park, who is also wrestling in Mexico. They have similar looks and names, but it's two different people. We talked before about how at a Triple A event during a suicide dive he suffered injuries,
Mm-hmm.
and it was sad that he did not recover from these injuries. And after a good while, because I think it happened in November,
Mm-hmm. It did.
he eventually succumbed to his injuries and has passed away at the age of 55.
Yes, and that is really sad. So, as we always do whenever a fallen wrestler leaves this world, we like to give 3 seconds of silence as respect for all the things that they have done in the world of wrestling, and of course, to show respect to them and their family. So, our thoughts and prayers are with the families of La Parca, and we hope that they are able to move forward after this trying time. I know last year I've had 3 deaths in my family, so it was hard, and it's never fun losing someone.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, thoughts and prayers with you. So let's try to have a little bit more fun. Let's talk about the PW Insiders fan voted
awards of the end of the year.
Mm-hmm.
They had the major award, wrestler of the year, and that went to Adam Cole.
Baby.
Right. And the close second was actually Chris Jericho. We decided to talk about it here because it is kind of since it's a list of anyone can be on there.
Mm-hmm.
We decided to have it be very general. Like I said, this is a fan vote. This is their vote because they already had their 100, the top 500 wrestler,
Right.
which was Seth Rollins this year. So this is
Interesting.
I believe it was Seth Rollins. I think we talked about it when it happened.
Okay.
But yeah, but it was. But this is a fan vote, which is why it's different. Adam Cole.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people think so, but I think Ospreay really got undercut there because I thought he had a great year. Maybe it's because more of his time was spent earlier with the tournaments and I guess scheduling of major matches that a lot of people have seen wasn't as much later on.
Mm-hmm.
Especially since a lot of it would have been like tag matches with like junior tag league and all. But to me, he put on a series of great matches, and no one was putting up as consistently good matches throughout the year. So other people got close, but not, the same level. So that's my thoughts on the matter. But congratulations, Adam Cole. I know Chris Jericho was upset. That's that's the one I was talking about before. But it flips out Canadian Destroyer.
A Canadian Destroyer. What is up with 2019 Canadian Destroyers out of nowhere?
Well, this is 2020.
True.
More Canadian Destroyers out of nowhere. See, I thought that was kind of underappreciated sequence there too.
That was awesome.
Yes. But yeah, but it's not necessarily unearned from Adam Cole. He had a good year as well.
He had a very good year.
Chris Jericho tweeted out asking how close was the votes. Upset, I'm sure he wants a recount.
Mm-hmm.
Same
Obviously. Unfortunate Will Ospreay didn't get it, or Okada, because he had a very good year as well, or Chris Jericho. But if anybody in the WWE is deserving of it, I think it would be Adam Cole.
Yeah, I would say probably Adam Cole. Anyone in WWE.
Mm-hmm. Especially more so than Seth Rollins, because he had a very up and down year. But congratulations when it comes to fan vote to Adam Cole.
Mm-hmm.
Baby. So next on our list is
we can talk about MLW. They have their finals now set up for the Opera Cup, which is going to pit 2 members of the Hart Dynasty against each other in Davey Boy Smith Jr. versus Brian Pillman Jr.
Mm-hmm.
Brian Pillman, who was able to overcome, was it Timothy Thatcher?
Yeah, I think that's what you said.
Timothy Thatcher, yes. I remember Thatcher, I was just remembering it was Timothy.
Oh yeah, Timothy Thatcher.
Timothy Thatcher. He overcame him just this last show, which was yesterday, I believe it was.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't got a chance to watch it yet, but I saw it on my YouTube, so I'll probably go watch it later. Overcoming a broken shoulder, in kayfabe, to do, so that's going to be a continuing storyline. I'm sure that was a big part of the match. Timothy Thatcher's a great, submission and mat-based wrestler, so it's probably a lot of limb targeting.
Mm-hmm.
So it's probably going to be a thing going forward. Good storyline building for their first Opera Cup final.
Mm-hmm.
I lean towards David Boy taking it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I lean before Brian Pillman taking it.
Mm-hmm.
David Boy Smith's going to be second.
Which Hart is the one with the cat? Well, I know they all have cats.
But no, Brian Pillman and Teddy Hart have cats.
Teddy Hart has. Wait. What? Who? It's Brian Pillman Jr. and
David Boy Smith Jr.
Davey Boy Smith. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
David Boy Smith has a bulldog because his father was the first
Right.
bulldog.
So it's the cat versus the dog. Who's the far superior animal? We'll find out at the finals. But I'm actually, when you told me the finals were for the Opera Cup, I'm actually really intrigued about that because both wrestlers are really good at what they do, and then the fact that they are a part of the same dynasty and the same faction brings a whole nother dynamic. Does that mean if one wins and the other loses, there's gonna have dissension? Is it gonna be like when LIJ go against each other, where like they're going for it, but at the end they're cool? I'm very interested in seeing how it all plays out.
Check this one out. It's a new move.
Oh, his neck, his poor neck. Oh, and Takahashi gets it done.
Yeah, it's a new finisher you introduced.
That's a cool looking finisher.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm actually excited, and hopefully next week is it gonna premiere next week, or is that gonna be on one of their Saturday super cards?
I would have to look that up.
Okay,
well, I think it's probably just gonna be on one of their regular shows.
Okay,
so probably
well,
will premiere next week.
Definitely hoping to watch that one because it's gonna be a very fun dynamic there.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I guess any final words on your thoughts on that, or?
Yeah, we didn't get a chance to talk about it because we didn't have an episode that weekend. But
Mm-hmm.
was Alyssa Atu? Atau?
Yes, Alicia too.
Yes. I know you like her as a interviewer, but she a few weeks back signed a contract with MLW. She's a
Ooh, nice.
Backstage interviewer for them.
Congratulations, Miss Atut.
Yeah, it happened a few weeks back, but we didn't have a show that weekend,
Mm-hmm.
a podcast that weekend, so we didn't get a chance to talk about when it happened.
Well, yes, congratulations. I know she does a lot of work with AEW on and off sometimes, as well as Jen. I know her from her other name, Jen Sturger, because she does a lot of stuff on the Movie Trivia Schmodown. But I know she goes by a different name out in the wrestling. I think she uses her married name, but I know she does a lot of work with them, as well as Chris Van Fleet, or Chris Van Vliet, one of those names. So those three, whenever it's really cool that they're continuing to move on up.
Mm-hmm. That's one of the band guys.
Hmm?
Chris Van Fleet is the brother of Greta.
No, he's not one of the brothers of Greta Van Fleet.
Yes.
It's so bizarre listening to them because a lot of times you hear Robert Plant and you're like, what the heck? Alright, so you ready for our final bit of news for the outside WWE part?
Yes.
Alright, it is Impact Wrestling, Hard to Kill. It is tonight
Before you want to do
in
that,
a couple of hours.
You want to tell me what match you want to see next? So I can put it on?
Okada, Ibushi.
At some point I may watch a new match.
But yeah. So Impact Wrestling Hard to Kill. It is tonight. We are going to do a live stream for it. It's going to be a lot of fun. And we have the card, and we're going to let you guys know exactly what's going to happen. And it's some interesting matches, but I'm going to go down to the lowest ranked match and just make my way up. So we have in a singles match, which is it's interesting. It is Ken Shamrock versus Madman Fulton. I have no idea who Madman Fulton is. But he looks like he could be brothers to Bobby Fish. But
and he was a part of NXT for a time. Wait. Oh, I know. He was the guy I was telling you that was originally part of Sanity, but then he got replaced by Killian.
That's him?
Yeah, and now he's part of OVE. I can tell because of that tattoo on his chest, he has like a tattoo of like a cross necklace on his chest.
Oh, so that's not actually a necklace.
No.
Interesting. Oh yeah, because he's from Toledo, Ohio.
And he
So
looks a
he's the
lot
new dude
different
from
from that.
OVE.
He looks a lot different from that picture. That's not a flattering picture. He looks a lot more muscular now,
Oh, okay, cool.
and with bigger dreads and stuff. He looks better. He looks better now than that picture on Wikipedia. So I know of him. I've seen him. We've seen him in the Impact before too.
Alright, cool.
Probably just someone over the name. Oh, maybe
I probably don't.
You may have not seen him because I remember seeing him in that last event. I just watched by myself.
Right. But yeah, it's and then Ken Shamrock, big in the '90s, and especially the Attitude Era. So he's and the amount of people we're gonna say that is associated with the '90s here is kind of funny, and certain time eras. But yeah, Ken Shamrock, Madman Fulton. I'm actually interested to see how this match goes.
Mm-hmm.
Next is Moose versus Rhino. I'm guessing Moose is still the heel
Yes.
in the
I'm assuming so.
yeah, because it's really hard to hate Rhino. But yeah, that's an interesting matchup there.
Fight a moose or a rhino. My money's on the rhino.
Mm-hmm.
The mooses are very big. They're huge creatures.
Mm-hmm. And with one of the it's spear versus gore, so it's gonna be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Who can get the best spear off to win the match? That's going to be a fun story to tell. Next is Brian Cage, your former champion, your Impact champion, taking on Rob Van Dam. That's a lot of 90s guys so far. Your thoughts on this one?
Could be very interesting.
I think it could be very dope. If you get the reference. I know Rob Van Dam turned heel on Rhino.
4 minutes and 20 seconds.
So you had to make one of those references too.
Nice.
But that should be a really fun one. We're going to see how that goes. Next is Eddie Edwards taking on Michael Elgin in a singles match for the Call Your Shot trophy. I don't know what that is. It sounds absolutely new.
He won that in a Battle Royal a few pay-per-views ago.
I think I remember you saying about that Call Your Shot Battle Royale.
Yeah, it's one where he can call for his title shot at any time. It's like a Money in the Bank.
Okay. Cool. You said which one won the Battle Royale? Michael or Eddie?
No, Eddie.
Eddie?
Yeah.
So that's gonna be interesting because there's something on the line. There's stakes there.
Yeah, Michael Elgin wasn't in there. He had a match with a guy from Nova.
All right, and then we have a tag team match for the Impact World Tag Team Championship. It is the North, which is represented by Ethan Page and Josh Alexander, taking on Rich Swann and Willie Mack. I really like Rich Swann and Willie Mack. I think they're really good wrestlers. I don't know anything about Ethan Page or Josh Alexander, though. I don't know the North, and they are the champions going in.
I know some stuff about Ethan Page. I mean, I know some stuff about him because I saw him in the last pay-per-view.
Okay,
talking about. Mm-hmm. That was that was a multi-tag pay-per-view, and it was mostly just overshadowed by Rob Van Dam's heel turn.
Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah.
So
Next is the three-way match for the Impact Knockouts Championship, and it takes the champion, Taya Valkyrie. She is up against Jordan Grace and OBD, another returning legend, especially for Impact. Your thoughts on this one?
It should be interesting. I don't know if the curse is going to happen because I think saw too from Jordan Grace saying that she's in her hometown for this. She was saying she was glad to be able to meet people in her own hometown for this Impact event. So hopefully it's not WWE, so maybe the
curse. And I know Jordan Grace is associated with a couple of people. I don't know if she's still associated with those same people after the beef they ended up having. But I know Taya Valkyrie's husband is now back in WWE. He made his in-ring interview debut on the Miz show. Hasn't had a match yet though. So it's gonna be interesting if she drops it. Is she gonna end up going to WWE or is she gonna go somewhere else? Is she staying there? Is she gonna retain? There's a lot to Impact for this particular match, during and after. Next, you had any final thoughts?
No.
Next is the singles match for the Impact X Division Championship, taking on Ace Austin, the champion, versus Trey Miguel. I don't know either one of these people. Ace Austin does not look familiar in the slightest. And Trey Miguel also does not look somewhat familiar in the slightest. So I don't know those people. So it's going to be interesting to see new people. Your thoughts on this X Division match?
So what was it again?
Ace Austin taking on Trey Miguel.
Okay, I liked Ace Austin when I saw him last pay-per-view.
Okay.
That was cool. So it should be pretty good. Some high-flying, fun stuff happening.
That is a massive screen.
Yeah, it's a very tall screen.
Holy crap, the Tokyo Dome. What the heck?
The Rainmaker.
This is the most anime opening I've ever seen. That was great. But yeah, last match is it's finally come down to this. It is for the Impact World Championship match. It is a singles match. It's intergender. It is Sami Callihan, your champion, taking on Tessa Blanchard. This has been the most billed match for the last half year or full year when she teamed up with Tommy Dreamer to take on OVE. They did not win their particular matches. However, they did. I think she was in the X Division match, right?
Yeah.
And that's where Ace Austin won.
Yes.
So it's going to be interesting to see how everything goes down in this particular match. This is eight matches. This seems like a really fun card. I'm actually excited to see this one. Any last thoughts on this show for you?
Oh, so I wanted to look at it before I said, but I was correct. I really like Joan Grace, especially her old tag team of POG, which was PAWG, which stood for Fried Ass White Girls. And you had with it as like always Joy some funny names like that.
Right.
She's very talented. I believe she's even went back and re-signed with Impact. I believe that kind of last few weeks. That was that. It was made a lot more sense. I don't feel like her and people always saying Tessa Blanchard. I don't feel like both of them are either leaving because they both like the concept of intergender wrestling.
And that's the only place so far that has it.
The most mainstream place.
True. However, do you think they're going to incorporate that in MLW? Because I know Mexico has a lot of intergender wrestling.
It could potentially, but as for right now, most likely not.
Okay, but yeah, I'm excited about this show. I think this is going to be fun. It's our first Impact show that we actually get to watch and react live to for almost a year now. So it's going to be fun. And that is a very swanky jacket.
Yes, and you saw how it glowed with the lights, and it was nice.
And how it, they are so a step above us when it comes to technology. It's just not fair. But yeah, I think that's all we have for
especially in the bathroom, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they're heated seats. Yeah, see, you didn't get to see take his pants off. He already took them off.
Oh. Can't believe they missed it.
Yeah, well, the guy did it later on in the Okada Tai Chi match. All the pants ripping. That's like a major spot for Tai Chi matches.
Hey, it's red shoes.
Oh yeah, it's the main event.
But yeah, so
Now its main event is going to be red shoes.
So moving on to the next segment, it is
news inside the WWE.
Exactly.
Much like the first one, but just about WWE related stuff.
Well, kind of, sort of. Yeah.
Stuff. It has to do with WWE, at least mostly.
Yeah, I mean, everything we're going to talk about is about WWE. However, there may be another promotion that sneaks in this one. But we'll get to that in a second. But first, we want to have a congratulations to Senior Angelo Dawkins. He is expecting a child.
He had the gender reveal. It's going to be a little boy.
Congratulations
to him and his significant other.
Yes. So it's always nice whenever you're having a new child come into this world. So we definitely wish him the best in his parentage. So what's
since the picture, it looks like he was hoping for a boy. He had a little sticker.
Nice.
His significant other was hoping for a girl, though.
So, first real bit of news, we're going to talk about some ratings. The first one being about SmackDown and how their ratings have now gone up. So that's actually really, really good for them.
Clearly, it was the Mundo effect.
Johnny Mundo coming back.
Yeah.
He's now back to Morrison, though. He has changed his name again.
The Morrison effect. It's on Johnny SmackDown?
No, not Johnny SmackDown. Not even Johnny Nitro. Don't know if he can go by that anymore, though. Because it was Joey Mercury, Johnny Nitro, and just Melina, I think. I don't think she had a surname. I think that's the first time where WWE is just like, oh, we're going to get rid of your name. Oh, can I add Morrison then? What? No, we're just getting rid of Nitro, but I want Morrison. Because I look like the singer for The Doors. It is so uncanny that he looks like him. But
I haven't seen myself, but... yeah, so ratings going up. Is all the ratings going up?
Unfortunately not, because for NXT, they had a record low so far of the Wednesday Night Wars. Is AEW getting, I think, a 900,000 viewer count, and they were NXT was way below that. Obviously, the week before it was an award show, and the week before that pre-taped, so not so much. The fans still getting into the swing of things, especially after the new year, but that's not very good. And hearing about the reviews of how this was probably a weaker show, and a lot of, except for Jack the King, or not Jack G. King, Jack the Jobber, the only one really that I saw not really loving it. Everyone seemed to absolutely love the episode of Dynamite. So it's going to be interesting, except for the Nightmare Collective, because nobody's into that storyline at the moment.
Yeah,
but it's definitely interesting to see what's going to go down.
Yeah, they did really poor, especially in key demo, the 18 to 35 male demographic.
Right.
I believe they ended up being like 55th overall in that demographic for
And
the night.
that is not good.
Yeah, it's not good. Brian Alvarez had to like wait on it. He had like here's the AEW one, but I'm not sure NXT one because it wasn't on the initial one because they only show like top 50 initially. Then you had to wait for the rest to come out. So it wasn't a good showing.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Graphics, yeah. It's not necessarily sure what it was up against. How do you think Raw's rating is going to do against NCAA National Championship?
I think it's going to be bad.
I think it would have been worse if it was Ohio State.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think Ohio State versus LSU would have been a big money game. A lot of people watching.
Yeah, that's definitely a rematch from like 8 years ago or something like that. Right. But it's
and the Joe Burrow stuff, and the fact that just Ohio State has a bigger fan base set up already. Clemson's
wait, our QB was at Ohio?
Joe Burrow was at Ohio State, yeah.
Oh, drat! I did not know that.
Yeah, he left to get a chance to start. So, but I mean, Ohio State also just has a bigger fan base already. Clemson is still kind of small.
They're definitely on the rise though, because they have a couple of big championship wins the last few years.
But it was very recent.
Exactly.
And a lot of people have already picked some of the schools that they, root for. So it's kind of hard to do. I saw a joking map. One of those maps that show like best, like what the country is going for. Like, of course, it was a joke one of that where it was purple for LSU, orange for Clemson, and the orange was like a low ball of South Carolina, and everything else was purple, except for Alabama,
nice.
who's undecided.
That's very true.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, I think it's gonna be a lot of fun tomorrow. I won't be able to watch the game because we don't have ESPN at our house, so might go somewhere to see it, or I'll just stay home and just check up the updates on my phone.
I also have no ESPN in my house.
Yeah.
So I don't have internet.
So maybe the only thing we can do is go to a sports bar. I doubt either one of us are going to do that though. Yeah. Next up, which one did you? We'll talk about Alex Shelley. He's a big name in the. He used to be a part of the tag team Motor City Machine Guns, and in New Japan, apparently he was a part of the tag team Time Splitters.
Yeah.
And they're coming back to NXT.
Yeah, him and his other partner teamed a lot with Taguchi Japan and Kushida, especially.
Right.
So Kushida was teasing the partner, mystery partner, and it turned out to be Alex Shelley for the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic.
Right. Yeah, so far in that one, there's two teams that have been eliminated. Both the eliminated one was Forgotten Sons. I almost forgot about them. And the and Gallus from NXT UK. The two teams that have moved on is Undisputed Era, which of course is my team, and Imperium, which of course is Mafu Greg's team from Cultaholic and Botchamania. But yeah, so far it's an interesting development in the Dusty Rhodes Classic, and now that Alex Shelley is wrestling in WWE, that should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, so at least it wasn't guys who already tagged before.
Mm-hmm.
I still feel like, a lot of people are saying like, hey, Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic does agree for tag teams. Like, I think you're forgetting the first one where a team that was never a tag team and Samoa Joe and Finn Balor.
The two that actually had the biggest feud for a whole year.
Well, yeah, feud afterwards, but I mean, that was like the start. But yeah, it was like the people who were never a team before went and beat all these other tag teams. I was like, well, that wasn't a good sign. Improved greatly after that, but it was not a good opening sign.
What was the other ones? What is it called? The year after was.
I can't remember.
Neither can I. I know Undisputed Era ended up technically winning.
Oh, you want to go on to the next one?
Yes, let's go on.
Charlie for the contract?
Yes.
Yes.
It is time to not review because we didn't. We were unfortunately not able to watch it yet, but
the replay was not on WWE Network.
Yes, we were gonna watch it while doing this with you guys, but we're watching New Japan Wrestle Kingdom instead. It is NXT Takeover Blackpool 2, and it happened earlier today, around noon for us. And let's go down the card. The first match that happened with a time limit, well, not time limit, but with a time of 8 minutes 15 seconds. Eddie Dennis defeating Trent Seven. What are your thoughts on that?
I just don't really know much in NXT UK.
Neither do I. From what I've heard, Eddie Dennis has been being pushed a lot recently. He just came back from injury, so it is really cool to see that he's back and he was able to put on a good show. He got the win. Ready to move on.
Yeah, I'm welcome to go grab some real quick.
All right. You want me to just keep going?
Yeah, you can just keep going.
All right. So next is a triple threat match for the NXT UK Women's Championship, and with a time. With a time of 13 minutes and 10 seconds, we had Piper Niven and Toni Storm being defeated by their champion, Kaylee Ray. Not to be confused with Kylie Ray. This is Kaylee Ray. So Kaylee Ray retains her championship. She's still champion. That's really big. That's really cool. Congratulations to those ladies. Apparently they put on a really good match in the time allotted. Next, with a time of 22 minutes 25 seconds, pretty long match, it is Tyler Bate defeating Jordan Devlin in a singles match. We know about Jordan Devlin and Tyler Bate pretty well. Interesting that they chose, well, NXT and WWE in general really love Tyler Bate, so it's not all that surprising Tyler Bate got the win here. So it's going to be interesting to see where they go from here. Are they trying to build up Tyler Bate to be the one to get his win back? Or is he going to go and be the story that he just can't get the job done? He can't beat Walter, your current champion. We will see. But yeah, Tyler Bate gets the win there. Next, with a time limit of 25 minutes even, give or take, it is your Fatal 4-Way match for the NXT UK Tag Team Championship, a ladder match no less, and it had your Grizzled Young Vets, which is Zach Gibson and James Drake, taking on your Welsh boys Mark Andrews and Flash Morgan Webster, taking on Imperium, represented by Fabian Eichner and Marcel Bartel. They all lost though. Your reigning, defending champions, Gallus, represented by Mark Coffey and Wolfgang, got the job done. They won their match, so congratulations to Gallus. And our final match of the night with a time limit of 27 minutes 30 seconds. Not time limit. Gotta stop saying limit, my bad, you guys. But with a time of 27 minutes 30 seconds, it is your United Kingdom Championship match, a singles match, and defeating by submission, Walter takes down Joe Coffey, retaining his championship. So all the champions, all three of your champions, retained their championships, which is big. Imperium does not get all the belts, and it's an up and down day for Mustache Mountain, with Trent losing but Tyler Bate winning. Pretty good. Sounds like a pretty good show. doesn't look like anything lasted too long, which is nice. Yeah, all the champions retained. Liam's coming back up, but all the champions retained. Kaylee Ray, Gallus, and Walter. And Tyler Bate did beat Jordan Devlin. So yeah, and that's what happened in TakeOver Blackpool 2. Your thoughts of the quick rundown I just gave you?
It was a great rundown.
Thank you. Yeah. So, anything else to add?
No.
Then it's time to move on to our next segment, and it is the best segment of the week. It's where we talk about our favorite matches, promos, or whatever have you in the world of wrestling. Your favorite segment of the week, good sir. What was the best for you?
I think mine was going to go to Okada versus Kota Ibushi.
Okay.
The match you're watching now for the first time. I thought it was real great. It showed the dark side of Kota Ibushi.
Mm-hmm.
As it drew up. Had a really great, fantastic finish. With Kota looking real cool and stuff.
That's nice. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I haven't seen all of it, but I'm pretty sure you know exactly what mine is going to be. That's right. It is Roman Reigns. I'm just kidding. It has nothing to do with Roman Reigns. It is, of course. I don't think he had a match this week. His cousins did though. It is. It's Takahashi versus Will Ospreay. Dang, that was a good match.
Mm-hmm.
That was a really good match. Oh my gosh, it was so fast paced. The amount of reversals and not only was there a reversal Canadian Destroyer out of nowhere, but there was also two reversal Code Reds in that match. What's the other name for them?
What?
What's Code Red? What's the other name for those?
Yoshitonics?
The Yoshitonics. Two of those out of nowhere, and then one big Canadian Destroyer out of nowhere. Like what? Also the Sasuke special sequence. The amount of intensity, the fact that I think Takahashi broke his neck again, as well as breaking Will Ospreay's neck again. Like a new finisher, which looked really, really devastating.
I mean, you're waiting for breaking your neck. Just give it a second.
Oh boy. But yeah, this is that was definitely my favorite match of this week. I thought it was going to be something from AEW Dark, which was the Hybrid 2 and Kip Sabian taking on SCU, which was a very fun match. They still have the whole storyline with Christopher Daniels not feeling like he's able to perform. But yeah, even though with that storyline, it was obvious who was going to pick up the win, and it was your tag team champs, SCU, getting the win, but not Christopher Daniel. He was not a part of the winning sequence. It was Scorpio Sky and Frankie Kazarian.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm so happy I can name all three of them without struggling now. Thank you, AEW. We really appreciate it. But, oh my gosh!
See, that was that initial botch I was talking about, where he drops right on his head. And then, you wait for this one. Red Shoes is even like, no, what are you doing? Stop. Stop. Oh.
Did he just kill Okada?
No.
Oh my gosh, you killed Kazuchika.
And you got to show a replay of it. Well, you can really see the...
Oh my gosh,
really
he's landing on his head.
You can really see the neck impact on that one.
Oh my gosh. How did he not get injured?
I don't know.
Does he have a neck of steel? I think Ibushi is jealous that Okada has a neck of steel.
That could have been a storyline to deal with. It's like Mike Roode sending me and like,
gosh,
is Kazuchika Okada's neck.
Mm-hmm. dang it. But yeah, I absolutely loved. I really like Will Ospreay and Takahashi. It became one of my favorites immediately when I first starting to get to watch stuff. But yeah, that's definitely my favorite so far. For me, this match is a bit slow, and I know they pick it up. Okada, why did you fall?
But he went for a drop kick.
Oh, okay.
It was a shotgun drop kick. Like he jumped over him.
It looked a bit funny. Those are some weird tights, man. Anyways, yeah, I really like that match. I'm so glad Lij is back to their winning ways. But yeah, you ready to move on?
Yes.
It is. Are you serious? It's where we take a topic in wrestling and we either give it praise or we rant about it. I just want to give praise this week.
Okay.
This is praise to
Yes,
Will
Will
Ospreay and Hiromu Takahashi. Those guys, they were able to reinvent the wheel that we did not know needed reinventing. Like we thought we had a great circular wheel in wrestling, but it was still jagged. What these guys were able to do was just smooth it out. I didn't really see any botches. It was hard hitting. It was a lot of fun. It was all over the place. It was great. And thank you guys for just existing. We really appreciate it. Without you two, we would not have that match. Literally. They are a step above. And I really do hope to see some New Japan guys interacting with some AEW guys in the coming future. Like, I've never before seen match. There's some Private Party taking on the Guerrillas of Destiny. Like, so many great matches.
Private Party versus the
Bushi and Takahashi.
Air Snipers. I think that's what they call themselves. Will Ospreay and
Robbie Eagles. Or the Birds of Prey that I'm going to... Even though... Eagle... Is an Ospreay a bird of prey?
I believe you'd clarify that. There's like seagoing birds, so they mostly have fish. So I guess you would call that birds of prey.
Okay.
I don't know what the
they should be called the Birds of Prey. It's literally right there. Eagles, Ospreay. Come on, guys. Mm-hmm. That was a really good drop kick.
Oh yeah.
And sold perfectly. But
we were talking about the way that King, like he had to, like his got solidified as like a really great drop kick. One time when he busted out first time against Tanahashi, and he ended up going too far and he ended up breaking part of Tanahashi's tooth.
I heard about that, yeah.
Yeah, so it was kind of helped solidify him as like the best drop kick because it was so brutal. Mm-hmm. But it also looks really great.
Oh, you know who has a really good drop kick? Buddy Murphy. Like his is brutal. And oh dread. What's his name? Cedric Alexander. His is also really brutal. I only know because I watched a little bit of 205 Live. Is that dead yet?
I don't know.
Neither do I. But yeah, thank you guys so much for your contributions to wrestling. Much praise. It was an amazing match. You ranting or praising?
My rant today.
Oh, Dred, here we go.
I didn't bring this up for news because it's so new.
Right.
It's impossible to. It's not like verified enough. I just kind of mostly been seeing. Well, I just only really saw it in one source for one of the guys from What Culture, but it's still very new, very unproven, and that was a leaked script for WrestleMania. It's upcoming WrestleMania.
Okay.
Where one of the main events, it's one of the main events. The way they kind of signified it, they said like the main event, but you can clearly see the list as one of the main events. So one of the final matches, the only one under it, which is probably going to be the main event, was Brock Lesnar versus Tyson Fury, which is very believable because of the way it's been set up. But The one before it, what was the focus of this guy's tweet, was Lana versus Liv Morgan.
At WrestleMania?
Yeah.
No.
As one of the final main events.
That's so dumb. And you tell him, Red Shoes, no closed fists.
Oh, you want to see closed fists?
Oh boy. That's still not coming yet?
Oh, yeah, just wait. He kicks them around in the air.
Red Shoes is the best wrestler.
That's why I'm showing with, saying, evil Coda coming out. See? That's what I meant by closed fists. Then just keeps going. And he keeps going.
Apparently he gets booed at this point.
Oh, yeah. Heavily booed. And he gets some really good ones.
Yeah, he gets some really good ones there.
Yeah. But it's a lot of close. That's what's showing evil. And Red Shoes doesn't want this to end in a DQ. But I like him there. He's just still standing there, just kicking him in the corner. On Red Shoes trying to take him off.
Man, I want to see evil. I want to see evil Okada. Not Okada. I've seen that before. I want to see evil Ibushi, and he goes to Suzuki Gun. Because he. I don't think he'd be actually part of Bullet Club. I don't see that from him.
For what I understand of Kota Ibushi, well, I probably wouldn't go to Bullet Club now just because of the split,
right?
The lead and all. But what I could see from Kota Ibushi, from all I know from him, a dream match for him would probably be evil Kota Ibushi versus good Kota Ibushi at Wrestle Kingdom. Actually, it's Wrestle Kingdom. He wrestles himself. Yeah, so that was my rant. Not even rant, it's just basically saying, are you serious? I mean, I don't think I have to rant more on that.
Yeah.
The idea.
I understand where your rant
the
is
idea that
going
this
to go.
The idea that would be, and once again, unproven. We're not 100% sure, and things can change. But it's probably still going to be on the WrestleMania card.
Right.
Yeah, but it would, if it is in the spot where it is at now, it'd be the last women's match on the WrestleMania card going.
That's not happening. That can't happen. That literally cannot happen.
No, but it can.
What I actually want to see is Asuka versus Becky Lynch, where Becky loses the match at Royal Rumble, and has to fight her way back to take on Asuka one more time, and actually get her win at WrestleMania. That would be awesome.
Well, we can't lose the match at Royal Rumble because she'll just put herself in the Rumble again.
There's a way around that. Just have the women's Rumble match first, so that way it won't happen.
I'm gonna put myself in just in case wins it again.
But yeah, now it's time for.
And if you thought that was a brutal tombstone pile driver on the apron, there's another.
It's coming. Oh, he broke his neck.
There's a sit-out one where it really looks like he got dropped on his head.
Oh my gosh. Is it coming?
He's there near the end, so it's definitely going to be coming soon. But
a Brainbuster Death Valley driver. That was nice. That was cool.
Mm-hmm.
That was different. But yeah, it's time to move on to our next segment of the show. It is, of course, one of our favorite segments. It's Book It Yourself. It's where we take a concept and we book it to the future. However, we are going to do something a little bit different. Throwing it around. We're going to book our final 4 men's and women's Royal Rumble individually. Who are the 4 you want to see? Who's winning? Who's going to WrestleMania?
Want to do both right now? Or do you want to split it out because the lead up to Royal Rumble? We can do men's one week, women's the other.
Yes, we'll do women's next week because I'm really interested in the men's right now for you. So obviously we know a few names and participants in the Royal Rumble, but we also know who's coming out at number 1, and that is one Brock Lesnar, which is interesting. So yeah, who do you have in your final 4?
Okay, So one, of course, is Brock Lesnar.
Okay.
The other will be Roman Reigns.
Okay.
The other will be Kevin Owens.
Okay.
And then the other will be Seth Rollins.
Okay, interesting.
Yes.
Who gets eliminated first in those 4?
The first one to be eliminated out of this is Roman Reigns, who gets
Ooh.
eliminated by a interfering Baron Corbin.
Okay.
And his men, because I'm figuring they're probably going to run that feud to WrestleMania, if I have any bet. What do you think?
That's what it's definitely looking. Oh my god.
It definitely feels like it's going to be that, so I feel that's going to be the continuation of their feud. So to continue that, cause them there, and it'll be like real close.
Mm-hmm.
Like Roman Reigns is about to eliminate, like Brock Lesnar is on the apron. Roman Reigns is about to like spear him through the, like, you know, show tackle him right through the ropes to send him flying off.
Mm-hmm.
But Baron Corbin like pushes, like one of, like maybe Dolph Ziggler pushes Brock Lesnar out, pulls him out of the way, and Baron Corbin like pulls down the ropes so that Roman Reigns like falls out.
Mm-hmm.
And like pulls down, like, I guess maybe like the top rope, because like say Roman Reigns like show tackles him like up or paw, like to hit him in the face, they'll send him off. So like Dolph pulls him off, or Baron Corbin pulls down, so he flies over, and then they beat up on him to try to.
He just landed on his head.
Was that the setup?
No, that was his tilt-a-whirl.
And that was for
That was
the
nice.
reversal of the Rainmaker with the Rainmaker. Even Red Shoes is, like, what
Red
happened?
Shoes is the best.
But yeah, so that's going to continue that feud.
Mm-hmm. So who is next?
The next one that's going to look like Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens is going to team up to try to take down Brock Lesnar. Put differences aside. But before they do that, Seth Rollins sees an opportunity to try to eliminate Kevin Owens, but fails to do so.
So it's
Kevin
Seth Rollins next.
Yeah, Kevin Owens, like, you have some AOP interference on the outside, and it looks like he's about to celebrate, but instead, Kevin Owens pop-up power bombs, throws him out of the ring onto AOP. I think that would be a cool spot.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, he rolls out, so he's, completely out. His feet touches the ground, and then it'll just be Brock Lesnar versus Kevin Owens. And in this scenario, I feel there's going to be, a lot of tension. It's going to seem like maybe there's going to be interference from Seth Rollins and eliminate him, but the refs are able to say, like, no, you're out of here, and like gets them to go back. So it's like he keeps going back and forth, where it's like, no, Seth, it's like Kevin Owens is totally going to lose because of this reason, and then it's like this reason, like Paul Heyman's interfering, it's like, and it's like Brock Lesnar gets so desperate he brings in a chair or something and starts striking him down with it. Really bring up the baby face for him. And then at the end of it all, he did multiple F5s, and now he's about to take him out and do an F5 to the outside of the ring. But spins, but Kevin Owens spins through, stunner, some strike, stunner again, strike, stunner, and then goes and is like taunting Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar charges at him, all dazed and confused, flips him over top rope, and Kevin Owens wins.
That would be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
That would be really awesome. Yeah. I really like that.
Because, if that leak is correct, like, it kind of gets cut off, so you can't see it. But I don't feel like they're going to do Brock Lesnar and Tyson Fury for the championship.
Yeah, especially not at WrestleMania. And
this is the greatest way to make him lose, because you're going to put him, as number one against all those other people that's going to gang up on him. He's not looking weak after this.
No, not at
all.
So
give it to Kevin Owens, and then Brock Lesnar tries to get his rematch, but Tyson Fury interferes, setting up that match, and then it could be Kevin Owens versus Seth Rollins at WrestleMania for the title.
Well, at the moment, the championship is not on the line.
No, it's not?
Not
it
yet.
was. That's going to be, I'm sure.
You think so?
I mean, it doesn't really seem like a point.
Mm-hmm.
If I was Brock Lesnar and that was the situation, I would just jump out.
Yeah.
I wouldn't worry about it.
Apparently, it's going to be interesting to see the build the next couple of weeks. So
I'm fairly certain the champion's gotta be on there to make a difference.
Mm-hmm. We'll definitely see.
That's happened before, the championships.
Yeah, I think 3 times, 2 or 3 times before.
So I feel that it would be nonsensical for it to not be.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, it wouldn't make sense for Brock Lesnar to take care if it was. And if it isn't on there, then Tyson Fury is going to win so that he can face Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania.
Well, here's how I actually really like your booking decisions. And if it is on the line, I think that's a really cool way to take the championship off of him. However, this is how I'm going to do it. Championship, not on the line. He's just there just to show everybody that I'm the best. And at number, let's say, 18, number 18, the 18th participant, Cain Velasquez, comes back. Everyone's like, oh my gosh, Cain is back. It's gotta be Cain. Because reasons.
It's gotta be Cain.
So Cain eliminates Brock. Brock is in a huge rage, eliminates Cain, and they're brawling and fighting and punching each other all the way to backstage. So then the final 4 become, and this is going to be a completely interesting one, except for one, but it is John Cena, Kofi Kingston, Drew McIntyre, and us, and with a surprise, and yeah, so the 4th one here. Oh, that was nice. So yeah, the Drew, Baron Corbin eliminated or helped eliminate Roman Reigns, so they're not even there. Kevin Owens, so they basically eliminate each other. Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins and the AOP basically eliminate each other, so they're not even in it. So Kofi Kingston, he's not in a real feud just yet, but yeah. So it's Kofi Kingston, John Cena, Drew McIntyre, and I just want
to make sure you see these cells here to show you how much on the neck he was landing.
What is the other? Actually, gonna pull someone so completely random. It's gonna be like, really him? Gonna go Cesaro. So there's a lot of so we have because it's 2 heel, 2 baby face dynamic still. However, the first one that's gonna get eliminated is going to be Cesaro. Like, you think, oh wow, Drew McIntyre, he's gonna help his fellow heel. They're gonna team up on somebody, but no, Drew McIntyre is actually gonna eliminate. He's gonna grab a mic. He's like, who wants to see a Claymore? Cesaro's all dazed and confused, and he counts it down because apparently he's been doing that, and it's like become the biggest babyface all overnight. He runs Claymore's Cesaro, eliminates Cesaro, giving Cesaro like Final 4 status. Actually seeing like, oh, okay, he's become a threat. Kofi Kingston then just like, oh my gosh, we need to get rid of Big Match John right now. I cannot believe he's here. So he and Drew McIntyre are teaming up. Drew McIntyre makes a mistake. Kofi Kingston sees red, pushes out Drew McIntyre. So Drew McIntyre is eliminated. He's like, are you kidding me? Oh my gosh, why would you do that? So it's like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. Oh, is this it? Oh, drat. He did land square on his head.
Yes, and that was it.
Oh, drat. He landed square on his neck. Thank goodness he did not kick out of that. But yeah, so Drew McIntyre is now gone. So it leaves Big Match John and Kofi Kingston. And Kofi Kingston sees it. He absolutely sees it. The fans they're not entirely sure who to root for, but they really want this for Kofi. I really want this for Kofi. But at the end, he just can't get it done because the Miz runs in, distracts him. Attitude adjustment over the top. Kofi is eliminated, and Big Match John gets the win. Now this is why, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, another win for John Cena? Are you serious?" This is why. He does not choose to go after Brock Lesnar. The Fiend has just decimated Daniel Bryan once again. Everything is going wrong. The Fiend is running gunshot, and John Cena's like, I see all this craziness happening while I'm gone, and I cannot have this. I cannot allow this. The Fiend, I'm going against you. I'm choosing you for WrestleMania. Then the lights go down. And the Fiend, Sister Abigail's John Cena, mandible claws until he's passed out. And lights go out, disappears, and the last visual you see at Royal Rumble is Cena in the middle of the ring, laid out. And I think it'll be really cool because apparently the Fiend's gimmick is bringing people back to their past selves. How cool would it be to see John Cena get reverted, because of the Fiend, get reverted back to his more heelish ways? Because he's done that to Seth, Finn, Daniel, and The Miz. Let's give that win, because he should have beaten Cena back in the day. Let's give that win to him. Let's give that massive win at WrestleMania against John to the Fiend. That's why I'd give it to John. What are your thoughts on that? Because I'm actually interested to hear your thoughts on it.
That all sounds good. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Before you, I would make a change there. I would have like the night after John Cena talking out there, and The Miz comes out, and it's like, well, and it's like, you got the parts. The Miz distracted Kofi Kingston so that he can get a new part in John Cena's new movie.
Oh my gosh.
And that would be the new heel Hollywood Cena.
Right.
But no, I like his stuff. It sounds interesting. I just put on Moxley versus Archer.
Alright, cool. That's their Texas Death Match.
Texas Death Match.
They're sitting at a desk. Whoever finishes their paperwork first
who
wins.
Can finish the accounting role first.
But yeah, a lot. And I like your decision. I like your booking. I like my booking. Either whatever they do, let's just come to the conclusion that we probably booked a better finish than what we're gonna get.
Yes, and also make it for the championship because it has to have some sort of weight to it.
Right.
Because the way Brock Lesnar's character is, it would only just be, if this ain't for the championship, why should I care about it?
Exactly.
So, doesn't make too much sense. Oh, and I'll also say, if this was anime, they'll probably make a Texas Death Match seem interesting.
That is actually true.
Yes.
Alright, you ready to move on to the next?
Yes.
It is. What do you think? It's where we take questions out of our own brain and we ask our fellow compadres what do they think. And I have a big one. What do you think of the build so far to Royal Rumble, of what you've heard and seen?
Man, all the stuff I heard and seen.
So you haven't been keeping up on the news of it all?
No, I didn't even know if it was for the title or not.
True. So I'm going to do a different question.
Yes.
What do you think of the Nightmare Collective?
It's fine a concept.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I would need to see Brandy Rhodes understand the concept of good healing means to get the babyface over.
Mm-hmm.
So she doesn't seem to be someone who like takes the dive. You know, does the job.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
Kind of a lot like Stephanie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Not much in that way, but I mean, I could give it time. It's in concept fine, I guess.
Mm-hmm. And it's still early days.
Yeah.
All right. Your question, sir.
What do you think of the Tokyo Dome?
It is really bloody cool, and I really hope we can go either next year or the year after that. Because that will be a dream come true, to visit Japan.
What would you be doing in Japan outside of Tokyo Dome?
Outside of Tokyo, definitely going on the streets of Akihabara, because it is the anime capital of the world. I've mentioned before, I really want to just walk down there and see all of those sites. Go to one of their dinner shows that they have down there, which, the heck are you wearing, dude?
My helmet for safety.
But why are there spikes? This is...
For not safety.
No, Tokyo Dome is really impressive.
Mm-hmm.
Staging is really nice. I really dig it. Too bad he had to lose, because I'm inclined to root for him. And he's wearing really good gear.
I'm inclined to root for Monster. Everybody dies.
Yeah, did you see that? That was a nice sell. That was funny. He twists over and goes over the barricade. But yeah, that's I want to go. I really do. See some dinner shows, visit, and just experience Japan.
Would you eat the Japanese food there?
Yes.
Yeah, but you had a lot of the wrestlers. I saw in like that interview because they always do what do they call it, the room service with wrestlers.
Yeah.
And they were talking about one time with was Fast Masa. That's kind of like their sponsor. He's a sponsor for a lot of guys, and he sets up like signings and photo shoots for them for a lot of American wrestlers, not just for New Japan, but I've seen them for like the End, for instance. You know, those two guys, seen him with them. But he would also like take them out for dinner and stuff. And they were talking about stories about like Masa asking, it's like, why do you always want to go to TGI Fridays? And it's like, that's what they do. They go to TGI Fridays.
That's funny.
And I also remember back in the day, a few years back when Flip Gordon was going to his first best of the Super Juniors. And he's like, oh, there's nothing to eat in Japan. And it's like, he was saying he was a picky eater. And it's like, come on, man, it's not that weird. You know, always find a place that just does grilled meat on a stick.
Right.
Can't eat grilled meat on a stick.
I mean, it's Flip Gordon. He might be vegan.
I don't know. Maybe he just wanted to be chicken nuggies. But in that case, he's just going to go into McDonald's.
Yeah, apparently they have McDonald's and everything there.
Yeah. You know, it's one of like the biggest McDonald's eaters in the world is China.
Interesting.
And they like the McDonald's.
Apparently the British really love their KFC.
Yeah. Japan also likes KFC. Yeah, they like it for Christmas. Because I think maybe we talked about it before. Because
I think we did a couple weeks ago.
The ad campaign. That's funny. So what you do in America, right? He's like, no.
Not even close. We eat turkey.
I don't eat KFC regularly, let alone on Christmas.
All right. But yeah, I guess it's time to move on to our final.
Yeah, wait till they get Popeyes.
Ooh. Oh!
And there's also had like different stuff. Like they have chicken and rice. I remember the guy who plays Hodor did a commercial for KFC's chicken and rice.
Hodor.
It's based off of the death scene because he's like just being overwhelmed. Everyone's asking for chicken and rice. He's like, chicken and rice, 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 chicken and rice. Just like
gosh,
recreates the scene with the chicken and rice.
That's funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, ready to move on to the final segment of the
Yes.
show? It is the mailbag. It's where we take questions that have been given to us from you or from the wrestling world in general. And the one we didn't talk about in the news because we're not even entirely sure. It's all completely real. But I did see about it, and I did want to. I did see the question, so might as well answer it. What do you think of all the speculation and the controversy surrounding Tessa Blanchard at the minute, especially so close to her big title shot?
I just so hard in this day and age. It's so many times where accusations have either been right or gone through.
Mm-hmm.
It's just very up in the air, and it's difficult to know, really.
Right. Like I don't really want to give it. Like I said, it's not even newsworthy. I didn't want to give it that kind of exposure, but I did want to say that if you have physical evidence, bring it forth, because if you're just accusing someone of something like that, that's a very heinous thing, and if it did not happen, that could be seen as slander. That you can go to court over defamation for this, and you definitely don't want to be in that position. So I really hate the whole Twitter calling out kind of thing that's been going on, because it can be really dangerous to that was a bad botch, I think. Good improvisation if it was, though. But yeah, it could be really, really devastating to a person and their brand, especially if it's a lie. And I just think that the Chelsea Green and the other lady, I can't remember her name, needs to be very careful when accusing people of things like that. And Tessa Blanchard is denying everything, hasn't deleted any of her tweets or posts, so it's all up in the air, like you said. Any other questions you know?
Not really.
One of them was like, what? How did you like what you saw in Wrestle Kingdom? And I can say for me, I liked both matches I watched, and I'm liking this one. Very hard hitting, very intense.
Yes, I also liked both matches I watched in this one.
Mm-hmm. Both matches being favorite segments of the week so far.
I mean, I'd even go to say they were. I would even say the Will Ospreay Takahashi one was even better the second time around, because it even seemed to go by quicker than the first go around for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
Not as much for the other one, because the other one had more of the shock value for like seeing Kota Ibushi.
Right.
So it loses some of the value second go around.
Mm-hmm.
I think I wasn't watching and he had that really cool part where he was like just doing stuff, and he did a real cool part where he like drop kicked and just immediately got up and just rolled right up, right near the end of it. I was just kind of standing over him, like going like this. I was like,
no, I did see that.
Saying cool. I didn't see it the second way. That's what I'm saying. But,
okay.
But it was just real cool, and a great crowd, self in the crowd when that happened too.
Mm-hmm.
And they just made him look cool and stuff, and the spot in the corner.
Right.
Which I guess it's because I've seen it the first time around, but it seemed a lot more brutal the first time I saw it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think with the sound it also helped, because it was like the thudding sound that was going on while it happened too.
Exactly. And I guess the final question that we saw, we know, are you ready for Impact's show?
As ready as I'll ever be.
Okay.
How about yourself?
Exactly the same. Don't know any of the build, but we're excited to see.
Build schmild.
And I'm going to do something crazy.
Crazy? What is it?
We are going to do a predictions match. Not for the title.
Okay.
But it will have heavy implications for the Royal Rumble, where not only do you get an extra 3 points if you win this predictions match with the 8 matches, not only do we get an extra 3 points going into Royal Rumble, but you get an extra pick for each Royal Rumble match. So you have your who do you think, who do you want, and an extra pick. So
Okay.
that's a potential 3 points or 2 points with one swing, or 1 point for 3 different people. Do you agree to these terms?
Shaky, shaky.
Well, it's happening. This predictions match coming up soon is not for this belt. However, there is going to be heavy implications going on for Royal Rumble. And I really hope DJ watches this episode. He's going to be ticked if he does get involved in the rest.
I'm sure he wasn't going to get involved. I mean,
Right.
he hasn't been watching it, so I don't think he was.
So maybe in the next pay-per-view in February, he'll be back in the predictions contest.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens very, very soon. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Please give us all of those sexy, sexy likes.
And the unsexy ones.
Also, don't forget to share this video and all of our videos to your friends.
And enemies.
Please comment down below what you think of everything we discussed on the show today. Please, we want to respond, we want to engage. And after you do all those 3 things, please give us those subscriptions. Please subscribe to the channel so that way you are part of the Smarky family. After you do that, please go and ring the notification bell because
Well, you get notified for when we go live for a podcast soon with the Smarky Family, and when we go live for a pay-per-view reaction, like the one tonight. And every time we post any type of video, news, info, anything like that.
Right. Yeah, anything else that happens as well, please go on to Twitter so that way you can also get more updates on our goings on. Follow me on Twitter at IsaJ_STP.
Follow me on Twitter at Liam_SWA.
And as always, and until next time, it will be awesome.
Bye, everyone.